A person from which profession would you not like to marry? Date? Comedian. I dated one but ended it pretty quickly. I did not want to end up being part of his set. I personally would not marry a celebrity. No matter what they do. I wouldn't put up with the media taking an interest in our personal lives. It takes away freedom. Dating one right now. But if this doesn't work out, in the future I'm going to avoid musicians. The schedule is really difficult to work around and I like to sleep at reasonable hours. Since my divorce almost 6 years ago, I've online dated. 4 teachers have approached me each time and we dated. Each one was a different type of crazy, but they know how to party. Realtor. They are always working, and weekends are peak time. I've dated lawyers. To some, everything is an argument. At one point it was a red flag for me. Stand-up comedian. Dated one who said she wouldn't use me as stand-up material. That turned out to be wrong after we broke up. She used a lot of personal, private details about my life for a 15-minute bit. Can't imagine what would happen after a possible divorce. Prison guard. There's a reason they have some of the highest domestic abuse reports out there. Plus my ma dated one who beat her, so I may also be biased. Anything revolving around politics sounds like misery to me. LMAO. Don't date a mailman. We work all hours it seems. I mean, yeah, we deliver. But kiss us goodbye every December. Anything that requires working odd hours or extensive travel that would limit the amount of time we can spend together. Professional tennis players. Love means nothing to them. Do not marry a coroner or a forensic medical examiner. You will stay forever thin from the lack of appetite after endless stories of what I saw at work today. Social media creator, specifically influencer, TikTok, Instagram. A doctor. The money would be nice, but I would like to actually spend time with them. Psychiatrist. All the ones that I have met all need to see one themselves. Pastor. Politician. Corrections officer. They are surrounded by the worst of humanity and it colors the rest of their perception of the world. Police. Anything religious or quasi-healthcare. Most others would be fine, I think. I wouldn't marry an influencer because I don't like filming and posting everything that goes on in my life. I like to be for myself with my family. Perpetual student. You know, the guy who wants to go back and get another PhD and expects you to support him during that time. Real estate agents. Employment office worker. Influencer of any kind. MLM people. Business owner of any kind of business that tricks people into something that is not good for them at all. Influencers. Performer, like singer-actor. Engineer. I am an engineer, and I want someone that does something that I can admire without necessarily relating to it. Pilot. Everyone I've known is a cheater. I would never date doctors. As a doctor myself, I have seen them cheats with nurses, others doctors, med students, patients and their family, and lying about their schedule and shifts just to sleep around. I could never trust a doctor after what I have seen them doing. I've successfully thought of potential problems with every profession and I'd like to leave the dating scene now. Please. Preacher. Teacher. You don't get it right, they make you do it over again. Unless it's sex. Doctors. The personality types that are drawn to that profession in my country have a tendency to repulse me. Same with lawyer and men in finance. Though my current suitor is the exception to that rule with regards to men in the financial sector. Bartenders and chefs is also iffy. Alcohol and coke habits gone wild is not my thing. Reddit mod. I went in a date with a cop once and he thought it was funny to say that on a slow day they go down to arrest streetwalkers hookers. I was like, that's barbaric. He just shrugged and said 3 hots and a cot. Some of these women don't even have a place to sleep. So I'm just doing them a favor. I walked out. Nope. Those intense business guys. Playing golf with the other business douches and talking about mergers and paying their employees as little as they can possibly get away with doing. To me, you have to have a specific personality type to thrive in the world of business, and it's not conducive to a loving relationship. Oil field. Shutdown workers. Lawyer. Doctor. Truck driver. Nurse. Business owner. Time is so much more valuable than money. My husband works blue-collar work but is home every night to snuggle me and our daughter. Anyone who works on a cruise ship. Everyone acts single the moment they leave shore. Also STDs galore. Apart from stuff like not being able to date a police officer. I don't think I could date anyone in the medical field. My parents are both bedside nurses, and so I just don't think I'd be able to handle dating a nurse. Would be weird hearing all the same complaints about work and stuff that I heard from my parents growing up. Active duty military or any other profession that might require relocation. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's a greater chance of ending up somewhere like Bumfuck, Mississippi, Georgia, etc. than, say, Colorado or a state that wouldn't completely miserable for a person who likes winter and winter sports to live in. Social media influencers. It's just fucking weird to listen to shop talk about how to get more views or how their thirst traps are doing, and all that noise just feels so empty. And that sorta shallow objectivity tends to seep into the relationship. I'm sure I'll get downvoted, but I couldn't be with a cop or firefighter. I couldn't deal with knowing my spouse has his life on the line daily. Therapist. I don't want my problems to become a typical workday for them at home. LMAO. Slaughterhouses, butchers, vicars, etc. Politician. Prostitute, porno, male or female. I'd struggle to date a henchwoman. Any job that has worse hours than 9-5 on weekdays with occasional travel and some overtime during the busy season. I wouldn't want to date someone who has weird shifts, who doesn't have weekends off, or who regularly needs to be gone for days at a time. Any job where there's a good chance you'll need to relocate. I'm not willing to move long distance for anything less than a 7-figure salary. Advertising. Their job is literally to lie about things to make them seem better than they are. Actress. I can already see the aggressive comments telling me I'm wrong for not seeing it their way. But it's just not for me. I don't want to see my wife-girlfriend kissing somebody else, being nude on screen, being intimate, even fake intimacy with another person. Call it what you will, but it isn't for me. Pilots. Flight attendants. Police. Nurses, doctors. Work-life balance sucks until you're senior. And most of these jobs have above average infidelity rates. I rather my SO and I come home to each other every night. Even if we make less money. I turned up being a commercial pilot to get into software development just so I'm home more. Chiropractors, because it seems like snake oil to me. Someone who works at a church. Drug dealer, human trafficker, gun trafficker, influencer. Military. Having served, you'd think dating someone who also served would make sense. But never again. I am an army vet who will never touch a military guy again. Law enforcement. Police officer can't be trusted, they are trained liars. Dated a girl who wanted to be a surgeon. Never again.